It's 2:23 a.m. and I am lying in bed wide awake. I have my hotel window open and I am listening to the rain coming down. Just 2 weeks earlier, if you'd told me I was going to be in a tiny hotel room in Alcañiz, Spain, I would have laughed. But that's where I am, and I am filled with so many different emotions. Different emotions because I am here as a guest to ride World Superbike champion Jonathan Rea's Kawasaki at one of my favorite tracks, Aragon. As a racer, I was always hopeful that I would get a chance on a proper World Superbike. I dipped my toe in the series in 2008, and even though the team I was on wasn't run very well, I still enjoyed my time getting a taste of the championship I always wanted to race in. Now, I was here in a different role. Kawasaki USA asked me if I would be interested in coming to ride the bike that dominated this year's series and do a write-up on it. Without hesitation, I cancelled everything and boarded a plane to Spain. What was going to make this trip even cooler was the fact that Denise was going to send my new DR suit from Italy right to my hotel. I was feeling factory already. In the days leading up to my arrival, I was instructed on how this was all going to work. Each journalist, 10 of us, were allotted 2 riding sessions of 15 minutes each. We were going to run the setup that Jonathan used to win one of the races at Aragon earlier in the year. There would be no setup changes or special requests. We would ride rain or shine. The one thing I heard the most, and rightly so, please don't crash the bike. Added into all this was the fact that 2013 WSB champion Tom Sykes would be testing during our time on the track. He was there to shake down the new 2016 ZX-10R. Ria and his wife were expecting their second child, so the champ was unable to be there. We would go to the track the night prior to our test and eat with the team in the hospitality unit at the circuit. The team. One thing was obvious to me from the moment I arrived for our dinner the night prior: this team was organized. When dinner was served, the whole team came in from the garage and headed straight to the buffet. Afterwards, my girlfriend Jamie and I, along with the others involved in our test, went and served ourselves. We were lucky enough that marketing and PR director Bill Rhoda sat with us during dinner. I learned a lot about how the team originated, starting in World Supersport with Joan Lascours. Some may remember that Joan was critically injured in an accident in Imola, Italy in 2013. The team still remains loyal to him and has been instrumental in his recovery. It was cool to hear that. Bill also went on to tell us that the majority of the team has been together for the long haul, and you could see that by the way they interacted with each other. The side of the garage I was interested in was Ria's. To be as successful as he was this year, it takes an unreal team. Reba is a name I was familiar with. A very accomplished racer in his own right, Reba seemed to be the perfect fit for Jonathan. Talking to him about the 2015 season, you can see the admiration he has for the man riding his bike. He explained the team changed hardly anything from race to race. A click here and a click there was how he described it. From the first test, a trust was built, and it carried them throughout the year. And what a year it was! In 26 races, Ria and his team won 14, was on the podium an astounding 23 times and took 2 pole positions. Add to that, Ria won the Pirelli Fastest Lap Time Award for turning the fastest lap of the race 11 times this season. Talking about the rest of the guys on the team, Reba was quick to point out that not one mistake was made amongst the guys working on the 65 machine. He has great admiration for his assembled crew, and I could tell that he wanted to take little to no credit for how the year turned out. As a rider, you need to have a crew that is like family. I could see with this group that they all have each other's backs. When that bike rolls into the garage, each guy jumps on the bike to handle the job they need to do, and they do it well. Reba was also quick to point out to me how well Jonathan treats them, always thanking them for the job they do and the hours they spend to help him be successful. This is a team that could do some damage for years to come.